Well, this one's been a long time in the making. I mean, I do kind of have an explanation. That explanation is not a great one, but it is that I can't build big things, and it took me hours to do this. I don't think it took me as long as it did. Then I put all of this footage into Premiere, and I realised that it was 5.5 hours worth of footage. So apparently it did take me a long time, but finally got it. No webcam today because I am currently at my boyfriend's house and forgot to bring it with me, and my MacBook webcam is not very good. I'm also crouched on the floor over the mic because I don't have a desk with a boom stand here, so that's what I'm doing right now. I am very uncomfortable, honestly, but we'll just deal with it. It's only occurred to me now watching this that I've put that TV in the house twice, but also what can you expect, because that's the biggest TV and it's the expensive one, which makes sense in this house. I actually really like how this came out. I didn't really do a whole lot with the landscaping, which is a bit annoying, but I looked up Hollywood Hills houses because that's what I was kind of imagining, and it's pretty similar to the kind of houses you would have there, because loads of them don't really have any landscaping going on, in terms of plants outside. So I guess this fits in rather well with the kind of idea of what I had. I also couldn't imagine landscaping it in a way that doesn't make it look, I don't know, because it's so modern and kind of minimalist that I felt that putting too much landscape and greenery in would take away from what it's actually meant to look like. So I guess it kind of makes sense to have it the way it is. It's kind of decorated so that there's one master bedroom, and then there's a little hallway with 2 other bedrooms and a bathroom, but the bathroom could easily be converted into another bedroom if you wanted, and they could just use the downstairs bathroom. You could probably even make it into 4 rooms so that there's a little bathroom if you really wanted to. I imagined it being a bachelor mansion as titled. I kind of came up with a bit of a backstory for the people who live here. I made a sim called Ryan Kelly, I think his last name is, and he's the bachelor I imagine living here with his cat. It has just occurred to me now that I've not put a litter tray in this house, so I'm going to go back in and do that, because there should be a litter tray somewhere. I did include bowls, but completely forgot about a litter tray. So yeah, I imagined him living here, and I thought the idea was that he had this dad who was a massively rich CEO, and he inherited all this money. He's the heir to the company kind of thing. And then he also had a mum, but his mum died at a youngish age under suspicious circumstances, let's say. I was originally going to build this secret room with a pool under the ground, but it didn't really make that much sense when I actually tried to put it into action. So I think I'm just going to not bother with, I didn't bother with that. But yeah, I've made all of those sims, and I kind of imagined that he had a sister, and that for a little while his sister lived with him in this house, which is what one of the rooms I kind of decorated for. It's pinky, I think, pink and gold and white. Used a lot of the Get Famous stuff for it, but yeah, I kind of imagined her living in that for a short period of time when she was trying to get on her feet, but soon kind of rejected the lifestyle that had been set out for her. I haven't actually made that sim, I don't think. I kind of imagined her being kind of not disowned, but kind of not involved in any of the family, not really close to her brother, and that maybe later on they'd make up. But I'm not sure, obviously. If you ever played with them, if I ever make this into a save that I share, then it'd be up to you to... It's actually another day since I did that bit of a recording, because I got interrupted and I felt way too awkward to record in my boyfriend's house while him and his mum were there, and he came and sat in the room, and he didn't have any headphones on or anything. He was literally just playing Minecraft, and I was just no, can't do it. I cannot listen to myself talk in front of someone else. So here I am again. I keep doing really broken recordings because everyone's just always in and out everywhere, and that I am in my house and in his house. It's just a bit of a nightmare. So I think the reason a lot of the time I record really late at night is because that's when it's the quietest, because I stay up really, really late, and also no one's around to bother me, I guess, to disturb the recording. And I've still got this cough, and you can probably hear it in my voice, so I'm sorry about that if you can. There might be a few cuts in this where I have to stop and cough because it's just, it won't go away. It's driving me insane, honestly. And yeah, this is like a half an hour speed build, so I'm going to have to talk for quite a long time. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to stop it every so often, which is a little bit annoying, but no different from the last video, I guess. I was watching back my Island Living creator sim, and I realised that I had forgot to like cut. I don't know if I forgot to cut the music, but basically the video just went on a black screen, and I'm so annoyed about it. And I could like take the video down and re-upload it, but I really don't want to, because then it just makes it look strange on my channel to me anyway. No one else would be able to tell, and I don't really have anyone watching me at this point, but I don't know, it just really bugs me both ways, so I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with that. But I really like how this turned out for something so big, because I'm just not used to building this big, and I'm kind of proud that I even managed to do this, to be honest. I started building the up house yesterday. It's taken me hours, but it was really, really fun. I took like screenshots from the film and kind of used them to make the house. I'll tell you one really annoying thing though, is that cartoons obviously aren't accurate, and so actually most of the up house was pretty accurate, except the front where there's like a bay window, and oh my god, it drove me insane trying to figure out the floor plan for it. I think when I put all the footage in, I'm probably going to have to edit out half the floor plan making, because I just kept going back on myself constantly, and moving walls is really annoying when they're in diagonals as well. So I couldn't even just like drag everything and then drag it back. I'm so annoyed by it. But I actually had a lot of fun making it, so I guess in the end it was worth it. I wish there was more colourful wallpapers though in The Sims, because I was using the slats for the outside, but most of them, like even the colourful ones, are pretty dull. They're like muted colours and not very saturated, and it's not really what I wanted. But I was trying to build CC free again, so. And speaking of CC free, I spent quite a few hours yesterday going through my CC again, which I do on a regular schedule. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I've forgotten how to talk. Yeah, I do that quite regularly, and it's because I download so much custom content, and I think at the moment I've only got about 8 gigabytes, which to most people is loads, but to me that's like the smallest my CC folder's probably been since I first got the game, and there wasn't anything to download. I think it at its highest it was 14 gigabytes recently, and so I've pretty much halved it. It might have even been 15 gigabytes or more. Honestly, could have been more. And when I was playing Sims 3, Lord knows how much that had in it, or probably the reason that my game broke. So, you know. Yeah, but I love custom content, and to be honest, I was mainly clearing it out because I want to go and download more. So that's the thing. But I actually just want more not build by, more like cast stuff probably. I'm trying to reduce the amount of build by I use, because I want to upload more stuff to the gallery, but if I use loads of build by, then obviously you can't upload, well, you can upload it, but then everyone has to like go find the custom content, and I include CC lists in my videos, but obviously not everyone who downloads stuff on the gallery watches the video, and then also you have to specially check stuff. I do like the method of using like little bits of CC, like particularly for artwork. However, I have just like found that whole making non-CC pictures for your houses, so I've started doing that. Well, I say started, I made one for the up house. It took me so long though, because I didn't realise that paintings are really weird about how like the texture of them, because they were really grainy, aren't they? So I was just like, I don't want it to be grainy because it made the image look really weird. And then I downloaded this mod, and what I'm hoping happens is, from what I've read on the mod, is that the clear effect stays on the painting once I remove the mod. So we'll see. I've got to upload the house to the gallery, and then I'll be able to test it out, which I'm going to do today. Got to take some screenshots for it. But yeah, if that's the case, then I can make my own custom art or use the CC art I've got and take screenshots, not screenshots, do paintings and photos of them and then put them in the house. I'm also wanting to make Ellie and Cole for the up house, and then I want to take some photos of them and put them as the artwork in the house. Because in the film, there's a lot of photos that they have on the counters of each other when they're like children and stuff. And so I think it'd be cool to have those pictures like kind of around, especially since in The Sims there's not many framed photos that are like desktop photos, if that makes sense. They tend to be hanging, and even then there's still not that many, and like you end up repeating the same pictures over and over again. So like I had to make a photo wall for the up house, and I've just ended up repeating the pictures that I've already put in because I just didn't have enough choice. So that was a bit annoying. So hopefully if I can like do the pictures by like in game of my Sims, then I can start including those in the house, and also like of my own kind of custom paintings. And there's also loads of really, really cool ones on the gallery. I was downloading some last night and I was looking at them, and that's why I was like, well, why are my paintings really textured? How have they got theirs not textured? And I was just Googling for quite a while, and then I eventually found a post on Mod The Sims where someone was like, oh, I've made a mod for this where it gets rid of this effect. So yeah, I'm hoping that when I upload it to the gallery, it will stay with the effect off, because again, as I said, the mod kind of implies that's what it does. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that will work out good, and then I can make more custom paintings, and that will be fun because I can use what I typically use as custom content. And oh my god, in that up build, I found out rugs function really weirdly. I'll talk about it more in there because, well, I mean, there's not that much to talk about, but unless you've done it, I don't think you'll really see what I mean. Well, get what I mean till you actually see it. But basically, they're permanently under everything, no matter how high you raise them. Because I was trying to make one into like a little tablecloth kind of thing. So there was like a really nice lace tablecloth in one of the screenshots, and the rug from, I think, Laundry Days perfectly matched it. But I couldn't do it because when you raise a rug up, it just goes underneath everything, no matter how high it is. It looks so bizarre. So yeah, I couldn't do that, which I'm a little bit annoyed about. And I wish there was a way to do it. I've been trying to think of like another thing I can use for that, but it's such a small detail that if not, then I'll just have to leave it as it is. I really, really want to start building more, and specifically quicker, because as I said, I've been trying to build my own save for ages, because it's something I've wanted to do since I was since I played like Sims 2 and especially Sims 3, but Sims 3 was so big that I don't even think I would have ever finished it, to be honest. But I'm such a slow builder, it's taken me so long. And I want to try and make a version that's like CC free, CC, because I usually play with CC, and then one that's kind of like a hybrid where the Sims have custom content but the houses don't. But obviously that's going to take quite a while, and I've kind of got two versions going on at once, and I've got like a couple of houses that I've built with CC that I absolutely love, but I'm going to have to go in and like make them like without custom content, and it's just a lot of stuff to do. And as I said, I'm really, really slow. Like this whole build took me 5 hours, and it's not particularly cluttered or anything. In fact, there's not really any clutter because I wanted to keep it quite minimalist. And so yeah, it's quite a challenge to build a world when you're the slowest builder ever, but I think it'd be really rewarding. And the other thing is, like, I keep having loads of weird generation with like generating of Sims in my game. So I discovered that MC Command Center has a feature where you can basically have your game take Sims from the gallery instead of randomly generating them, which I'm trying to kind of populate my gallery a bit with other people's Sims and then my own Sims so that happens. The only problem is it's like downloaded some of my Sims that I've used in that legacy, let's say. I'm not sure it's really a legacy because I've not like done it as a challenge. It's like just me trying to get to 10 generations, because that's been a goal of mine for ages, and I've never done that either. But I haven't played with them in a while either, so maybe I'll make a let's play with them in the future. I mean, I've still got to film the Sulani one. I'm thinking of filming that after this. I'm just a bit anxious about talking to the camera like directly at the same time as playing, because I'm not that interesting and I don't really have that much to talk about. Like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this video for 30 minutes. I'm only about 15 minutes in, so yeah. But if I do manage to record the Sulani Let's Play, then I should, in theory, have 3 videos up this week. At least 2. And I'm trying to get I'm trying to get on top of actually having a schedule, because I really enjoy making videos, but I need like the discipline, because I'm not a very disciplined person unless I make myself a routine kind of thing. And so that's something that I'm going to have to do. And another thing is I want to do some more art, because I haven't really made anything arty since I finished university, because I've got this whole like self-doubt and fear, kind of like imposter syndrome pretty much. And so it's pretty hard to like convince myself to actually make anything, which is really frustrating, especially since my skill level isn't quite up to where I want it to be. And I know really the only way to get better is to practice. But then practicing stresses me out, because when I can't do the thing that like is in my head, I'm just really weird about it, and then I get really stressed. And so I'm going to start, I think, drawing from other artists again, which is what I used to do at like, because at GCSE and A-level you used to do a lot of like artist studies, and it kind of gives you a level of creative freedom in the sense of maybe you're not being the most creative originally, but you don't have the pressure of like, oh, here's a amazing thing you need to produce all on your own with no help or guidance or anything. And you can also learn from other people, as long as you like, it's better to not put it on the internet, but if you did, then as long as you credit them anywhere else. So yeah, it is pretty helpful, and to like study their techniques is pretty good as well. So that's what I'm planning on doing, and kind of seeing where they take their inspiration from, because I know what kind of topics I'm interested in, but it's hard to translate them when you're feeling quite creatively blocked. And I think a reason that I feel creatively blocked quite often is because I don't really go out that much. As you can guess, I probably stay at home playing Sims most of my time, and if I'm not playing Sims, I'm playing something else, or I'm not really doing anything, probably just on the internet. I watch a lot of Netflix as well when there's stuff out that I want to watch, so I'm pretty much like a home person. Like most of this summer I haven't actually been outside. I went to an animal rescue the other week for my boyfriend's birthday, and that was lovely. I had a really nice day out, but I can't really be bothered to go out that often because there's not that much to do around where I live, and so we only really go out to eat and to the cinema. And I don't really want to just go out for the sake of going out. We do live on the coast, so it would probably be nice if I actually went to the beach sometimes, but I don't know, it's just too hot for me a lot of the time. And so we'll go and then we'll be there for like a couple of hours and then we'll end up leaving. It's also quite boring to just lay around on the beach, I find. I get really bored pretty easily, and my boyfriend doesn't really like sand or the beach, and is kind of the same as me and likes to do stuff on his computer. Like he started doing a programming course, so I guess we're just not really outside people. But we are people that say we want to do more, but then we just don't really find stuff to do. I do love to eat though, so my thing is kind of going to new places to eat. And when I'm in Edinburgh, where I go to university, that's a lot better, but it's harder here because there's not as much to do. Like there's not as many places to go without travelling into London. There are like cities, like small ones around, and there are places to go, and we're really lucky here because I've recently gone vegan. I say recently, like a year now. And weirdly, for our small-ish town, we've actually got quite a few like vegan places that are specifically only vegan, and then also quite a lot of places that have like massive vegan menus, and not just chain restaurants. I'm talking about like small businesses as well. And so there's quite a few places I love around here, but obviously once you've been to them, they're not new anymore. And so I love going there, but I love also going to try new like vegan places or new places that have got nice food. And so there's more of that to do, I find, in Edinburgh. There's probably actually less like specifically vegan places in Edinburgh than where I live now, but there is more places to go, and definitely the shopping's better, and it's easier to get to galleries because there's quite a few around. There's like smaller galleries and there's the national galleries, whereas where I live there's like one gallery and then there's a few like small ones, but they don't really tend to have the sort of art I want to see. They're kind of like, because I'm on the coast, most of the art in those shops are landscapes of the seaside, and so there's not really what I'm interested in. And I'm really annoyed because there's a Paul Arago exhibition for the first time in, I think, the UK in like years and years and years, and I've never seen her work, but I've for the last 2 years used her for my artist I have like a written portion of my course that will eventually lead to a dissertation, and so for my course I used her twice because I find her work really interesting, particularly on abortion and like her kind of activism, I guess, around that, and how she makes work about the role of women kind of thing. So I find that quite interesting, and I'd love to see her work in person, but it's in, I think, Liverpool or somewhere. No, not Liverpool, Milton Keynes. So that's pretty far from where I am. I'm right on the coast of the southeast, so yeah, quite a long journey and probably too far to go. I mean, I know for a fact my boyfriend won't want to drive there, and I can drive, but I don't have a car because I was too nervous to drive anywhere, so I got rid of it. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to drive again. Well, I say again, hopefully one day I'll be able to drive and have a car again. But it just seemed like a waste to have one when I wasn't driving it because I was much too nervous, so I'd just get my boyfriend to drive us everywhere. And the thing is, as I said, we don't really go out that much, so when we drive it's literally between our houses, and then if we go out with his friends or my friends or both of our friends, we'll like drive maybe. But then again, even then, most of the time it's only driving one way maybe, or his parents will take us because if we drink then obviously you can't drive, so most of the time it's taxi or someone else giving us a lift, or just one way and then picking up the car in the morning. So it's not that worth it for me to drive that much when I'm this nervous at the moment. So yeah, didn't keep it. I keep going off topic. I'd say off topic, but I haven't talked about this build at all, so I'm sorry about that. Well, you can see what I'm doing though, I guess, and I feel like when I listen to speed builds, I usually don't listen to what's happening with the build. Generally, I listen to the ones that are talking more about like life and stuff. I guess they're my favourite kind. I do like to watch the ones where the build's more like the forefront of the topic as well, especially when I'm kind of looking for like new things I can do myself. So yeah, I'm going to start trying to film by turning my custom content off or having it out. I actually resorted all my custom content back into its folders because I had this massive new folder that wasn't really new anymore, that had all the new custom, I say new, as I said, not new, custom content that I had in it, so that, you know, if there's an error, it'll be in that file kind of thing. Folder. See, I can't talk. It's because my voice and I keep thinking about it. I honestly can't believe I've actually been talking for this long. I thought I'd kind of freeze up after about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but it's been 23 minutes and it hasn't actually felt that long, so maybe I can do longer ones. I was considering splitting this up into 2, I can't remember if I said, but I decided not to because, I don't know, I build all over the place. I kind of like decorate rooms and kind of change things as I go, so I thought it didn't make that much sense to split it up into 2 parts, because the other one's like the exterior and this one's like the interior, so that makes more sense, whereas I didn't decorate it like upstairs then downstairs and then the downstairs again. So I'm just not very good at building like that. Maybe I'll get better at it, but I kind of just think of things as I go. Oh, I'm so excited because I think today is the update day and there's going to be so many more debug items, which, like, I was speaking to one of my friends and she was like, oh, I don't think it's, like, I'm a bit disappointed, but same in a way, but I'm also really excited to have more things to decorate with, especially the cars. And also I'd, like, downloaded some some, like, custom content where people had liberated stuff from the world, and especially plants. I hope there's plants included. So yeah, I actually do think it's a pretty cool update, even if it's not functional. I do wish they were functional or they could add some functionality, but even so, it's like still pretty good to have more stuff to build with, especially when you're trying to be more creative. So yep. And then I'm going to try and use some new items. I was like, oh, I can make a video of all the new items. But then I was like, oh, I can't remember what was in the game in the first place. And I doubt they're going to show up with a new icon since they're debug items. But I'm probably going to go in and change the cars that are in this house, to be honest. Because there was a car that they showed in the live stream that I was like, yep, that looks like a better fit for this house. So That's what I'm going to do. Also, if I keep hitting the mic, I'm sorry. It's because I move my hands a lot, and instead of having it on the stand, I've got it on the desk because of where I took it to my boyfriend's house the other day. And I discovered that I'm actually louder when I talk right into it like this. So I'm going to have to practice talking into it like that when it's on the mic stand. But I just kind of left it here, especially since I'm probably going to have to take it again to my boyfriend's house in like an hour or half an hour, because he's at the library at the moment and he's going to pick me up and we're going to go to his. And he keeps texting me like, don't forget to pack before I get back. And I'm like, because I said I wanted to finish these and I have not finished them yet, because finishing the up house took me longer than I thought, because that's typical me. Everything takes me longer than I think it's going to take me. One of the things that is a key part of my identity is that I'm late for everything. As my granddad would say, I would be late for my own funeral or my own wedding, and that's true, because I'm so late for everything, and I think he knows that by now. He should know that by now. And most of the time it's not important things, and I don't mean it in like I know some people take offence from being late because they're like, oh, you're wasting my time, but it's just something I don't think about. And I think there's a lot of people like that where they don't mean any harm by it, but it just doesn't really occur to them that it's important to be on time for stuff. And that's me. Especially when it's like meeting up with friends and stuff. Being like 15 minutes late to meet up to me doesn't seem like that big of a deal. So I'm sorry to anyone if that's really annoying to you, but I don't know, that's just how I've always been. And I think I always will be. And I just don't think I see it changing anytime soon. So the best thing to do is, if you want me to be on time, is lie about the time that we need to meet. I'm not sure how I feel about this path. I've got to be honest. I wanted to do something because of the way the path abruptly cuts off as it reaches the lot. And then I couldn't find the one that matches. And then I don't know, it wouldn't match anyway. I wanted the dark one. But I just don't really like how it turned out that much. To be honest, I'm kind of debating removing it. It's a bit annoying how they did that. I kind of just wish they hadn't included the path up to the lot, because it would have made it a lot easier. Also, this garage caused me so many issues with the landscaping, because it was like the house is on a hill, and so obviously I had to kind of flatten it out, and I had to re-landscape everything to make it flatter around the garage. And it just didn't quite work out how I wanted it to, and it was really annoying. The terrain tools, how you have like the really dark patch and you can't change the colour of it. Like, please let me change the colour and texture, because then at least I can hide it a bit better if I'm doing it wrong. And like on the sides, I went in and like smoothed out the edges of the lot, because where they were right on the edge, they started going really steep, and then they had loads of these dark marks. I was just like, oh, for God's sake, please stop. I just want a green terrain, so please give me one. Yeah, so I hope that's something that they change in the future, but I can't remember from the stream, but I think they said there was a reason why they, like, it's like that, so maybe it won't be able to be changed, but I'm hoping, praying. I mean, we got toddlers after all, so you can always hope, I guess. And I desperately need to sort out the storage on my laptop and on my PC, particularly my PC, because I've got two, storages on my PC, but I've filled the one that I've got Sims 4 on, and it's because my footage automatically records to that one because it's the main one, and it's just really annoying. I don't really, because I've deleted loads of the footage, like the ones from this, and put it on my hard drive now until I've finished the video and uploaded it, because I don't want to delete it too prematurely and then something messes up and I have to like re-record the whole video or not upload it, which would be even more annoying because it's a part 2. But yeah, I need to sort that out, and I don't really know why my storage is so full, because I don't think I've got that much on that side, and it's a bit bigger than my laptop, or like the same size as my laptop, and that's not full, and I pretty much have the same stuff on there. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to go and have a look, because I think I've only got 30 gigs left. And earlier I got like a notification while I was filming the up house saying that I've got 500, so I had to like stop filming, like 500 megabytes, and like clear the storage and delete this footage, as I said. And I need to turn off the Origin notifications. I did my Creative Cloud ones the other day, but I just keep forgetting, and they keep popping up while I'm building, and that's like not very helpful, honestly, to have pop-ups. have pop-ups while you're building. And if I sound a bit weird, as I said, I've got a really bad throat at the moment and chest. It's mainly a cough, but if I talk for long periods of time, my voice goes. So yeah, that's why my voice sounds funny. Well, I'm not sure if it sounds that funny to you, but it definitely does to me. And it's really tickly how like having to talk for this long. But I don't know, I've actually managed to talk for this long and it's not felt that long, so quite proud of myself, honestly. I mean, I would rather that I don't spend 5 hours on a build again, but you never know. Hopefully I don't, but realistically probably will. But probably not going to be building anything this big anytime soon, because I don't play in anything this big and I don't really like building stuff this big half the time. I like the challenge, but like decorating it I don't find as fun, because as I said, I don't really feel like I can clutter it up as much, because it's hard to clutter a really big house and just not look like it's stupidly spaced, I find. I'm sorry for any weird pauses in this, because as I said, it was like 5 hours of footage and it's just like going through it all. I definitely got some of them, but I obviously pause a lot, as I said, when I build, so because I get distracted. So yeah, there are some pauses that I thought I'd got, but obviously watching it again, I've realised that I've missed them. So they're not very long ones, but if you're wondering what I'm doing, they're probably about 20 minutes long and sped up, and it's probably that I've gone to feed my rabbits or gone to get myself food and forgot to turn it off, or someone's called me and I've just been like distracted by them. So but yeah, there's not that many, as I said. And landscaping, I kept pretty minimal, which I think I said earlier too. I put the elephant bush in, and I put 2 of the cat ones in, but that's just round the back, so you can't really see them. But I'd never seen the elephant one before. Like, I'd never paid it any attention, and I really liked it. And it was also just like quite extra, and I was like, minimalist-ish and pretty extra. Why not? So yeah, kept that in there. Well, put it in there. Not sure I'm ever going to be able to use it again, so I thought, why not? Because I like elephants and I like that. Also, I've got 2 of the same car, because I went to put the other one in and it looks really stupidly proportioned compared to the other one. So I was like, cool, okay, we're just going to keep going, keep it the same. So yeah, that's what I did. I just changed the colour of it. But as I said, I might go in and put in the new ones once I get the update, which I'm sure is today, but I'm not sure what time it is. So that is a little bit annoying. I need to look it up, to be honest. But I'm not sure where to look it up. I can't remember what time updates, so I don't remember if they're like the same time or whatever. But I'm probably not going to get that till I get to my boyfriend's house, which is going to be on my laptop. So I'm not going to be able to film anyway. But I probably wouldn't film me putting the cars in. I'll probably just have a look at all the items myself, and then, yeah, I'll probably put the cars in and re-upload it to the gallery. And that's another thing. The other day I went through all my stuff and uploaded it to the gallery, because I realised a lot of the builds that the couple of builds I'd done on my channel I hadn't actually uploaded. So my gallery now has a CC version and a non-CC version of any flats and houses that have those. And all my videos have CC lists now. So my builds have them now. I think all my Sims did, other than the island living one, but I had to go in and add the build by ones, which actually was pretty easy, a lot easier than the Sims one, because there was only like 5 items to 5 to 20 custom content items. I think probably less than 20, honestly, because as I said, I was only using like clutter objects, because I don't think there's enough clutter in the Sims, and I like quite a lot of realistic clutter. But I should probably stop talking now, because the video is about to end and I don't want to run over into the screenshots. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a nice time between then. Bye.